Good afternoon, everybody. Rubik's Master here with another video about a unit. I still do not have the Abrams, but in my search trying to get Abrams cards, I have gotten the Humvee. I got enough cards to build one, and it did confirm that you do have to come up with 20 critical cards every time you want to build one unit. I don't quite understand that. It's kind of, I don't know. Anyway, let's jump right into this review of the vehicle. We're not going to compare it to the PK because, as we know, each of these units is literally just an upgraded form of the old unit. Takes up the same capacity, but has increased damage and health, even for a lower level. And, well, you know what, real quick, let's look at the speed and range. Speed of this is 70, range is 240. 70, 240. Literally the exact same, except better. What we are going to compare this to is what I had in my old platoon, which was two machine gunners. Two machine gunners take up 40 space, this takes up 50, so I did put in a Humvee in my unit. So let's look at this. For damage per second, it has 140 damage per second with a total health of 4,000. So 140, 4,000 with a range of 240. One of these has 124 with 900, so about two units would have about half the health, but a lot more damage per second. But that half the health is what is really bothersome. Also, they don't have as much range, and they're not quite, speed 40. That is less, correct? Yeah, not quite as fast. Humvees are a lot faster, and they can shoot on the move. So, let's jump into a little... You gotta exit? There you go. Anyway, I'll keep going. It is kind of cool. I did have the War Commander Rogue Assault YouTube channel comment on my video about the pay-to-win wall, and they did mention that you can attack specific fortresses for the kinds of vehicle you're looking for, and it guarantees critical drops for those kinds of vehicles. So that being the case, that is cool. However, I am not a high enough level to attack. I did have a little bit of success against infantry bases. I am going to try some heavy vehicle. Last time I looked, though, I was not nearly strong enough. Not nearly. And I'm level 22. Okay, so this base will give us some... Where's your war factory? What are you? Okay, so we're going to try to attack this one. And we're going to try to destroy... Oh, you son of a gun. Alright, we don't care that we lost one of those. We just want the infantry to come out. And we want to see how this Humvee does against this infantry. Now, in my opinion, this Humvee has the best sound of any. Oh, come on. Wow, that's actually kind of sad. So we're taking out groups of infantry. As we can see, the S-13s are a lot better for it. So let's see. I mean, we know how much damage it does. It does slightly more damage than one machine gunner, but has a lot more health. The health is really the only draw for it. I have seen a couple YouTube videos of people that take entire platoons of max level PKs and will lay waste to certain bases with it. Haven't seen them do that with the Humvee, probably because the Humvee, with having to have so many critical cards to build a full platoon, would just be incredibly impractical. Okay, cool. Go away. Sorry about that. Okay, AI off. Let's just spawn him there and have him attack this Alliance embassy. It does deal extremely consistent damage rather than the machine gunners. The machine gunners themselves do a burst. Alright, let's have him kill this PK. That is a level 4 PK. The PK does burst too. It's supposed to be sustained, but it is burst. Wow, this is honestly kind of painful. They got That's so bad. So I mean, the thing is, if you use PKs, then yeah, you'd use a Humvee. But honestly, in seeing that, I may go back to having infantry. Because even though the infantry moves slower, the only time I use infantry is behind my tanks just to deal the added DPS. So with the same amount of space, I'm dealing almost twice as much damage per second, and they're going to keep my infantry units. My tanks are my slowest units, so whether it's Humvees or infantry, they're going to move at the same speed. And unless I had like 4 Humvees, I'm not going to be able to combat an entire defending platoon of infantry. It's not going to happen. So, yeah, in summary, I'm going to say the Humvees actually kind of suck. Kind of useless. The PKs work insanely well for taking out any kind of defending forces, whether it be tanks, other S-13s, whatever infantry there is guarding it. S-13s in alliance with tanks is really the only thing you need. The only reason I even have infantry in my platoon is because I have the available space for it. I was really looking forward to it. The Humvee, thought it was cool. I loved the sound of the machine gun. It sounds so amazing. It sounds like it should be doing so much more damage than it actually is. And that's the bad thing. I will say, if you are going to do a platoon with a lot of infantry, the Humvees would be a better choice because of their longer range and faster motion, meaning they take less damage in getting to their target, or they take less percentage of their total health in damage, and they're able to start dealing damage from farther away, which means they're dealing damage sooner. While the time this is kind of convoluted. The time from when they start taking damage to when they start dealing damage is a lot less than it is with infantry. So if your platoon is heavy on infantry, which I have no idea why it would be, then you might want to switch to Humvees. But other than that, I see no use in them. Just like PKs. No use. A little bit of health, who knows, maybe keep it as kind of a meat shield for my S-13s in case my tanks go away. But I really don't get it. Another kind of useless vehicle. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this. If you do, toss it a like. Tell me what you want to see next. Oh, I do have Mortarmen. I have enough cards to make Mortarmen. I just need to upgrade my barracks, which will take 180,000. Shouldn't take too much. I'll probably grind and get that tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow I'll have a Mortarmen video for you. Until then, have an awesome day.